5 quotes in honor of Black History Month. If you like this kind of content, empowering quotes, inspiration, motivation, consider like and subscribing to the channel. Let's go. First off is Usain Bolt, a Jamaican sprinter considered to be the fastest in the world by many. He broke many records during his career as a sprinter, and he says, "I don't think limits." So when Usain runs, he doesn't think about what his limitations are. He doesn't think about what other people think he can do or he can't do. He just runs. And indeed, we all need to do this. We all can take a page from Usain's book, because so often we set limitations within our own mind, right? We set it up here. They're self-imposed, and then we never get very far in life because of our self-imposed limitation. Instead, we just need to be like Usain and do our thing. We just need to run, do our work, and not think about what we can and what we think we can't do. Next up is a man who was a slave, and he taught himself to read and write and actually attained much power in his day. Frederick Douglass. And what he said was, "Power concedes nothing without demand." We need to be definite with what we want in life, right? So many of us just go through life just hoping and wishing and dreaming and drifting along, and we don't demand anything. Therefore, guess what? We don't get anything, right? You think Frederick Douglass sat back as a slave and he just was like, "Oh, well, it would be cool if I learned how to read and write. It would be cool if, this thing, slavery, ended, but, I'm not going to demand anything." No, of course not. He didn't do that. He stepped up. He taught himself. He took initiative. He demanded from life what he wanted, and he got it, right? That's what we need to do. We need to take a lesson from Frederick Douglass. We need to demand what we want. We need to be definite about what we want, and we need to go after it with purpose. Next up is a man who needs no explanation, Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "The arc of the moral universe is good, but it bends towards justice." And what this means is that the universe, the default is good, like God is good. We've all heard that, right? The universe isn't set out to get us. It's not intentionally against us, right? The default is good. So what Martin Luther King was saying is that even though the arc is long, the journey might be long, it might take time to get what you want. And indeed it does. It often takes years and years and years. Look at how long it took him to get the civil rights movement going. And it actually cost him his life ultimately. So it took him a while, but it ended in good, because justice is the final marker of what is good of the universe. Next up is perhaps one of the best boxers to ever step in the ring, Muhammad Ali. And what he said is that he hated every minute of training, but he told himself, "Don't quit." Indeed, David Goggins actually talks about this too a little bit. Training at first especially sucks. And it sometimes we get to the point where we can enjoy it a little bit. We can find pleasure in the training and the suffering. But really, training is meant to break us down, right? To build us back up. Like, think about when we're working out, right? We break our muscles down to build them back up. That's essentially what training is. So like Muhammad Ali says, training sucks. He hated it. David Goggins, he's running, and he's always running. But why do they do it? Because it leads to what's better. And that's the goal. So we definitely can learn from Muhammad Ali that even though training might suck, even though it might suck doing the daily grind, it's leading to greatness. So hang tough. And rounding the list is an American writer and poet who recently died, Maya Angelou. And what she said was, "Have enough courage to trust, love one more time, and always one more time." You see, often in life what happens is we have bad experiences, maybe with relationships, maybe with success, with whatever, but we have a bad experience and then we become embittered because of it. We lose faith because of it, and then we just turn bitter. We blame the world. And this is a drastic mistake, because it not only ruins our perspectives, but it ruins how we feel towards life. It ruins our energy. So I definitely think that Maya is on to something with this, because we need to have courage again and again and again to love, to trust, to have faith again and again and again. Even if life throws us curveballs, we need to keep on keeping on.